know if I'm ready. Oh my goodness.
We'll give him a moment. I need to make an announcement. I need to update the church.
Hey everybody. Yes, that's a church. And yes, that's a preacher. And yes, that's his reaction to my furniture in the middle of a church service. I was given the honor of building a pulpit for this church and a remembrance table as well. When I started editing this video, I quickly realized there are a lot of steps that went into this. So this video is going to be a little less educational and maybe just a little bit more satisfying to watch, but I'll do my best. The design for this came from an online photo which was plugged into ChatGPT, so I'm doing my best to replicate it, but I am kind of having to wing it. One thing that made this build a little extra complicated is half of it is going to be stained, which is white oak, and the rest is going to be painted. So during the assembly, it's not that big of a deal, but you have to build the piece to be able to be taken apart so that part of it can be stained and the rest can be painted. Like I said earlier, this build wasn't complex. It just has so many steps. I didn't struggle to figure out anything, but I did upload the video and it was over 15 hours of raw video. And I don't film non-stop. That doesn't include sanding and routering and some of the more boring tasks. This is definitely a video that I could probably go on for an entire hour through the steps. And I do have a Patreon account that I've never really used. Is that something you guys would want to see or hear? I mean, I could really expand on this project. Some of you might notice this, but I actually had to take this thing apart and put it back together so many times. There was an order of operation, and honestly, I didn't figure out the order of operation until the final assembly. What you're about to see is real life. This actually happens a lot. Some of the angles on this project were definitely tricky. And this next one is me building the top of this podium, and I pretty much had to figure it out as I went, but I'll kind of show you how I did that. I eyeballed the angle I liked, and I got the height that I wanted, and I used my angle finder to find that it was a 10.7 degree angle. Now I know that I just had to cut everything at a 10.7 degree angle, or the opposite of that, which would be a 79.3 degree angle. If you're just joining us, or you forgot, I'm building two pieces of furniture. So there's a pulpit where the preacher would actually stand, and then there's the remembrance table, which goes down in front of the church. They look very similar in style, but they are different if you'll notice. All the legs for the pulpit and this remembrance table, I used this method of miter folds. You see here, I cut plywood on a 45, and it gives the appearance of a solid leg, but it's actually hollow. During this process, I came across Psalm 127:1, and I really just wanted to write it underneath this pulpit. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain." This is attributed to Solomon, and this wisdom psalm emphasizes that human effort, security, and planning are useless without God's blessing and guidance. One thing you'll notice as I stain this, when I wipe it off, it already looks like it's been polished, but it has not. That is just a smooth finish. One of the church members texted me and said that the pastor's favorite Bible verse was 2 Corinthians 4:1, which says, "Therefore, since God in his mercy has given us this ministry, we do not lose heart." This is a pivotal verse where the Apostle Paul declares that because God has shown mercy and given him and his companions their ministry, they did not lose heart and refused to give up despite their hardships. Clearly, I don't have a paint booth in my shop, so I have to stop what I'm doing, prep the shop for paint, and then paint in the same place that I build. If you haven't watched my other videos, I'm using the Fuji Spray Mini Mite 4. I absolutely love this paint gun or paint system. I've made some videos about it, but I've tried just about everything, and this, for me, in my small shop, has been the perfect solution. My guy over at Huya Woodworks did these logos on his CNC. He did the logo, he did the cross, and he also did the wording that you'll see that says, "This do in remembrance of me." Here's where I start doing the assembly and I'm kind of putting my head around, what order this thing has to be put together. There's certain ways that if I put this on first, I couldn't attach the next piece. And so I really, really had to work on this process. I really designed it so that I could take this to the church in pieces and assemble it on site. But we decided that we were going to present this in the middle of a live church service. Therefore, it had to be delivered as one piece. Kind of made things hard, but in the end, I'm kind of glad I did it that way. And here is me being an absolute idiot. For the remembrance table, my idea was to have this piece painted and then have oak appear behind it for contrast. The real annoying part about this was I had to keep all the middle pieces for the D and the R and the O, so the process was a little bit tedious. And if you thought that was tedious, this right here is just absolutely mind-numbing. Luckily, I saved the original template to help me kind of put these letters back where they were supposed to go. I was so nervous that when I took it off that these things were going to look like a 5-year-old did it, but it actually turned out pretty good. It's delivery day, and I didn't think about the fact that these are very heavy and they are on top of my tables, and I had no help. The remembrance table wasn't too bad. It's really the pulpit that you'll see gives me a lot of trouble. My wife was home, but when it comes to lifting heavy objects, she is essentially useless. I love her to death, but that's not her thing. I did call my friend who lives down the street and typically helps me, but on this particular day, they went to early service at church, so I had no option. I had to figure this out on my own. This is what you call sketchy. Somehow, some way, with the power of God, I figured it out. I arrived at the church while the pastor was giving his sermon, and it's at this point I start to get a little bit nervous. I always get nervous on deliveries and installs, but I have never actually had a crowd witness it. The plan was at the end of the church service, someone would walk up and have the pastor sit in a chair facing the other way while we walked into the room.
I don't know if I'm ready. Oh my goodness.
We'll give him a moment. I need to make his announcement. I need to update the church, sir.
That's beautiful. Y'all are the sneakiest bunch of people in the world. I'm speechless. I could have preached that message a whole lot better if that thing had already been up there. But I would love for all the church family to gather around. Lord, I love each and every one of these people. I hope, I do. Lord, I'm honored. We come to you, Lord, not only dedicating this pulpit, pray these things in the name above all names, Jesus. Amen.
I must say, this was one of the most rewarding things that I've done in a long time. This was awesome. I was so glad to see how happy everyone was about this pulpit, and I hope that it stays with this church for a long time and blesses a ton of people. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll see you next time.